Things are about to get serious. Welcome back to the channel, pen friends everywhere. Thank you for joining me. It's your host Amy from Pen Venture, and welcome to another fun pen review. First of all, let me introduce you to our guest right here. On the review table today we have the Momento Magico from Leonardo Officina Italiana. If you guys place down a pre-order through Pen Venture or other retailers, soon you will have this fun pen with you in a couple of days. Let's get inside this box. Let's see how the pen looks. Let's see the features of this fun pen. Then let's put it side by side with different fun pens from Leonardo so you guys can see where it sits. In the end, I'm going to show you a writing sample with the Jowo steel nib. After that, I'm going to share some of my opinions and why do I think this fun pen is great for a beginner or a beginner who is transitioning in owning much more oversized fountain pens. This fountain pen is going to be given away to a lucky winner that is watching the video right now. Throughout the video, I'm going to tell you how you can enter in this giveaway. Big thank you goes out to Leonardo for providing this fountain pen, and they are partners with us in giving you this writing instrument. Let's get it going and see what's so special about this fountain pen. This is the packing. By the looks of it, it's different from other Leonardo pens. It's not going to be available with the ink. Let's get inside this box and see what you get once you order a Momento Magico from Leonardo. And we have another box. We open the box like this and we have the Momento Magico booklet, usual Leonardo card, 100% Italiana. That means 100% Italian. You have a few information regarding this collection throughout this booklet, the nib sizes, and on the back right here, a QR code. If you want to scan it, you can pause now and you can see some instructions regarding the piston. And I'm going to share more of the filling system later in the video. Let's move that aside. And this is the fountain pen sitting right here. We have the Momento Magico Miele, which I think translates to honey. Let's remove this pen. I'm gonna close the box, put everything aside. Let's start with some features. And first of all, I don't know if you noticed, but lately Leonardo is delivering their pens with this small medallion with the Leonardo logo, the two wings, which I think is a very nice feature. A little bit of branding doesn't spoil anything. I'm gonna try to bring you guys much more closer to this design so you can understand every single feature. First of all, we have the finial, which is the same shape like the one that we have on the other Momento Zeros, and I have one here for comparison. And we have the Momento Zero Grande Pura. As you can see, we have the same conical shape. The rest of the cap, it's not that different, but it's a little bit smaller in diameter than the other models. It's going to taper out towards the cap band right here. As we move throughout the design, we have the clip, which is the same like in other Leonardo models. It has the small wheel. It's very practical. You can pretty much clip the fountain pen and have it secured in your pocket. Moving further down the barrel, we have the cap band, and now it features a different design, which is a little bit more interesting in my opinion. If we rotate the fountain pen, opposite to the clip, we find the engraving Leonardo and the number of the fountain pen. This is not a limited edition fountain pen, but it is numbered, and it is not limited in the number of pieces. But throughout Leonardo's history, we found out that there are some materials that are not available anymore. So let's just say that the fountain pen is limited by the quantity of the material which is first put into production. Moving further towards the barrel of the fountain pen, from the cap we see that there is a step down. It is not smooth in the way that the cap is transitioning towards the barrel. We have the step down in two parts. The first part is the one that has the cap diameter, and then we have a small part which is a little bit more tiny in diameter. It ends without that smooth transition like we have, for example, on the Furore Grande, as you can see right here. Let's see how many turns of the cap we have. We have one, and a little bit more. The nib that we have now on the Momento Magico is the Jovo steel nib from Leonardo, and it is branded with the Leonardo logo, the wings. Then we have Leonardo, Italy, and on the right shoulder of the nib we have the nib size, and for the steel Jovo nibs we have the following sizes available: extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and a 1.1 stub. Another nib option for the Momento Magico collection is the 14 karat gold Jovo nibs, and they go from extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and 1.1 millimeter stub. And there is two other options, the elastic fine and elastic extra fine, which, if I'm not mistaken, are made by Bock. Another thing that I want to point out is that the steel Jovo nib is powered by a ABS plastic feed. This nib plus feed are friction fitted inside a plastic collar, together forming the Leonardo nib unit. I'm going to show you how you can remove this nib unit, and this is how easy it is. You just need to have a firm grip, and you can remove this nib unit and you can clean the inner parts of ink. Now we put it back together like so, very easy, and that's it. This is a very, very nice addition from Leonardo, and it makes this model to be very practical, easy to clean. Why not? If you want to change the nib, and you can go for different sizes we have on the Penventure website. Moving further, I would like to say that there is small differences. The Jovo steel nib units come interchangeable, and you can unscrew them because they have a plastic feed and they fit inside a nib unit. But for the 14 karat gold nibs, doesn't matter if they're specialty nibs, extra fine, elastic, those come with ebonite feeds. They're not screwed in. You need to pull out the nib with the feed, and you can change it with a different size. Let's see the ergonomics. We have a little bit of a different section from Leonardo, and it's different in a good way, of course. I'm gonna bring another section and put it side by side with this one, and we have a Momento Zero right here. As you can see, now Leonardo offers this small feature that prevents your fingers from slipping towards the nib, and the section is a little bit girthier, and it doesn't have such a slope when it comes to the tapering in towards the nib, which is nice. And I find this fountain pen very comfortable for its size. Moving towards the ink window, which is the star of this fountain pen, we have the capped threads, and those are not sharp at all. You can totally grip the fountain pen by those threads like this, which I think makes this fountain pen very practical. Then we have the ink window, and would you take a look at this feature right here? You can see that this fountain pen is not inked, and you can totally see clear throughout that ink window. This is beautiful, it's aesthetic. I think this is an eye-catching option to have on a fountain pen. And you can also see a small part of the ink window even when the fountain pen is capped. This is amazing, and this is why do I like this model such a lot. If we move further down the barrel, we can see that the barrel is pretty straight. There is no very drastical tapering in. For example, you have this tapering in much more drastical on a Furore Grande, as you can see right here side by side. The finishing point of the barrel is marked by this ring right here. Then we have the piston knob, and the piston knob in regards of shape, it's not that different from other shapes of piston knobs from Leonardo. I'm going to put it side by side with the Pura. It's not sloping. It follows the design of the barrel very well. It ends in this conical shape just like the cap. Now let's address the filling system, and this is a piston filling mechanism. I'm gonna open the piston, and you can totally see this piston. It has two parts that are touching the barrel. That is a double seal. This fountain pen feels very solid, and the piston filling mechanism is just like that, solid. But this time, which is another feature that makes this fountain pen very interesting. Look what I have here. It is a Leonardo Officina Italiana small envelope. But what do I have inside? A piston tool. You guys are very familiar with Twisby because they are very easy to open, dismantle. You can totally clean them very easy, and you like them a lot. I cannot judge you for that. But Leonardo offered us the same flexibility in the piston filling mechanism with the help of this tool right here. If you have a minute, let me show you how to do it. And we're going to move the QR code aside. Again, you can pause and you can scan that and find out all of the maneuvers, how to safely remove your piston filling mechanism in order to grease it or to clean the inner works of the barrel. We are going to open the piston filling mechanism, then the key with those two pins, we're going to insert it like so, trying to get in those two slots. Now holding the key like this, we need to close the piston filling mechanism, and it's a little bit more trickier than it looks. Anyway, you can still check everything, and if you do this properly, the key should stay like so without having the need to keep it in those grooves with your hand. Now I'm going to show you from two angles. You need to grip the key and hold the fountain pen like so. It's that easy to remove the piston filling mechanism. A few turns and now we finish it, those threads, and voila. Take a look how steady and how much of a quality in the choice of materials Leonardo offers. We have a full aluminum body with an aluminum threads, an aluminum rod, and this I believe is rubber, and that's the piston head. It's very easy, and now you basically have a empty barrel. And if you remove the nib unit like so, you can see that no matter what ink you use, you can clean this fountain pen very easy and you can put it back together. This way, learning in the process how a fountain pen is assembled. And now let's put it all back together. We're going to slide it inside until we can feel a little bit of tension. Then we start to screw in like so, and one small squeeze. Then we open the piston filling mechanism, we remove the key, and that's it. We have completely disassembled and put back together the Momento Magico collection fountain pen. What I want to point out is that there is a few versions. By versions I mean different colors in the Momento Magico collection, and I'm going to insert some pictures so you guys can have a better reference. And we start with this one, which is the Momento Magico Miele. It's a beautiful amber resin, interesting, very nice, and it's available in gold and rhodium trim. Then we have the Mille Flori. This is also available in gold and rhodium trim. Pietra Salata, again in rhodium and gold color trim. Tramoto, I hope I pronounced that correctly, available in rhodium and gold color trim. And last but not least, there are two different versions of a black Momento Zero, a stealth one, and that is called the Black Soul, and it's available in two textures. We have satin body and we have glossy body, so they are different. You can find them on our website. You can choose in between three trim colors: rhodium, gold, and ruthenium if you want a full black stealth fountain pen. That's kind of it in regards of features and what's interesting about this fountain pen. Now I would like to move into a side-by-side size comparison with different fountain pens from the Leonardo family. Then we will go into a writing sample with the broad nib, and in the end I will show some of my personal opinions regarding this fountain pen, and we are going to end the video. Before going into the size comparison, I would like to say how we can win this fountain pen in the giveaway. It's going to be very easy. You just need to share your opinion regarding this fountain pen in the comment section down below, and also you need to follow us on Instagram and the Leonardo Officina Italiana Instagram account. Down below I will leave you the links for both of these platforms. And also you need to go into Facebook, hit search, find the Leonardo Officina Italiana group on Facebook and subscribe there too. At the end of the month I will pick a random winner, and I'm going to send this fountain pen wherever you are in the world on my expenses alone. Okay, let's head into the size comparison right now. And here we have the Leonardo Momento Magico standing side by side with different fountain pens from the Leonardo family. We have the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande, we have the Leonardo Momento Zero Normal, we have the Momento Magico, then we have a Furore and the Furore Grande. As you can totally see, this fountain pen is in between the Momento Zero Grande and the Momento Zero Normal, and it's a very, very nice model if you find the Momento Zero being small and the Grande being too big. It's a light pen, and regarding that, let's start with some measurements. The fountain pen capped measures 145 millimeters, uncapped is 130 millimeters, posted is 167 millimeters, and the diameter of the gripping section is 11 millimeters. The total weight of the fountain pen fully inked and capped is 24 grams, and the weight of the fountain pen fully inked and uncapped is 60 grams. Now let's get to the writing sample, and I'm gonna pull the ink right here, and this is all live, so let's see how this pen handles. This is how you can fill the fountain pen with ink. We are going to use the Leonardo Red Passion fountain pen ink. That's a full barrel of ink. This fountain pen has quite a big ink capacity, if you ask me, 1.5 or so milliliters of ink, which is plenty enough to get bored before you finish the actual ink in the fountain pen. I haven't filmed this angle and a writing sample in this format, but bear with me and let's see what we have. First of all, we start with the pen. Wow, Leonardo Momento Magico. And I want to put a M for Miele. We have the ink, and this is Leonardo Red. You can find this ink available on the Penventure website. We have the paper, and of course we are on my favorite paper, Tomoe River 52 GSM. And the nib, this is the Jowo broad nib. Beautiful nib. Now let's check the wetness, and this is a it is a monster. It's so wet and juicy and smooth, and this fountain pen is absurdly beautiful in regards of the writing experience. Now let's check some normal figure of eights, and it's smooth all around. Now let's try some flexing, and let's apply a little bit of pressure, and this nib is quite stiff. I don't see as much line variation as in Bock nibs that were used by Leonardo in the past, but again, you are going to get a consistent writer, which is nice no matter how you put it. Now let's do the famous sentence, and we have the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Beautiful nib, no skippings, no hesitation whatsoever. Now I want to demonstrate how nice it is because it writes under its own pressure. As you can see, there is no skipping, no hard start, no nothing whatsoever, and this is out of the box how the nib came. Now let's put the paper away and let's talk a little bit about my honest opinions regarding this pen. I find this pen to be light, a little bit too light for my taste, but that is not bad because this fountain pen, I see it as a very interesting writing instrument for someone that just had its mating voyage with the Momento Zero, and now it's looking to get into the more oversized versions in the Leonardo family, and this way you can transition towards the Momento Zero Grande, which is a little bit bigger and a little bit more heavier without having a certain gap. So you can have the Momento Magico, you can see how it handles, how it fits you, and you can decide after that if you can move further and go into the oversized territory, or you can be with the Momento Magico and still be safe. And one of the highlights of this fountain pen is the ink window. As you can probably see, we have the ink sloshing around in the barrel. This is a nice feature. The fact that you can pretty much have this fountain pen in a number of different colors, finishes. You can have it in black, in a different texture, makes it a lot more appealing. There are a lot of trim color options, and you can vary the way the fountain pen looks by adding small design features like the color of the trim. Actually, you can have this fountain pen and you can use it with a lot more exotic inks, because now you have the possibility of removing the piston filling mechanism with the help of the tool and the nib unit, and you can wash it, you can clean it with the ultrasonic cleaner, so you can use it with shimmering inks, with sheening inks. Pretty much that sums up my current opinion regarding the Momento Magico. It's a nice writing instrument. It's a Italian Twisby. You can use it and you can play with it, you can learn how it functions, you can very easily maintain it, clean it yourself at home. You can find the tools, the Leonardo tools, available on our website. Again, the entire Momento Magico collection is available on the PenVenture website as well. Down below I will leave you the links. Don't forget to participate in our giveaway. You can win this fountain pen and it can be yours, and it can tell a story being used by your very skillful hands. I hope you enjoyed content like this. Thank you for spending your time together with me. If you want to support me doing videos like this, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. This will help me with the algorithm a lot to reach out to many more just like you. Let me know how you find the current setup in regards of recording video reviews, because this is the first time that I'm using the current setup in this format. Also, if you're looking for a next writing instrument, down below you will find the links to my social media accounts, my website. If anything, you have my email as well, and you can write me an email. Don't forget that there is a WhatsApp group, and I want to link the QR code. You can scan this and you can send a message over there with your name and the country, and we will save your contact details in that WhatsApp list, and you can ask me anything that you like and you will get a quick response as well. I know that many of you that are watching my videos are not subscribed yet, so if you want to subscribe, you can do that by clicking here. It's very simple, and turn the notification bell on. This way you will know whenever we post new content on the PenVenture YouTube channel. If you want to see more videos from PenVenture and myself, you can click and enjoy watching this one right here. My name is Amy, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe, stay strong, ride on, bye bye.